Great readers notice symbols in their reading and they ask themselves, what is the big idea that object or image represents? Yesterday we learned that a symbol is an object or an image that represents something bigger. Usually that something bigger is an idea. For example, the scar on Harry Potter's forehead is not just a scar that's in the shape of a lightning bolt. That scar represents or symbolizes Harry's past. It symbolizes his connection to Voldemort. It symbolizes his future or his chosenness. The Mockingjay, one of the most important symbols in the Hunger Games, symbolizes hope. It symbolizes rebellion or resistance. A current symbol that we see in politics that I've seen a lot is the collar that Ruth Bader Ginsburg wears around her neck when she dissents. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is one of our Supreme Court justices, and every time she dissents or disagrees or is going to vote against a majority decision, she wears this collar, and this collar has become a symbol of dissent, of disagreeing with a majority decision. It's become a symbol of powerful women. It's become a symbol of standing up for what you believe in. We see symbols throughout literature, pop culture, movies, TV shows, and politics. Today we're going to look at two symbols that we see in chapter 18. We've already talked some about the paper birds, but we have new evidence introduced in chapter 18 that may change what you think the paper birds symbolize or represent. The second symbol that we see in chapter 18 is the fog. Zan talks about this persistent fog that hangs over the protectorate, and that fog represents more than just bad weather. That fog represents an idea. So it's your job today to decide. You can choose either the fog or the paper birds, but to decide what is the big idea that it represents. What's the big idea that the fog represents? Or what's the big idea that the paper birds represent? So rather than writing an entire paragraph today, I don't want you to worry about the structure of a paragraph. I want for you just to develop a really crystal clear, strong claim. I want you to choose the best evidence from chapter 18. And I want you to really, really explain your thinking. So in order to model this, I'm going to be using the woods that surround the protectorate. In the very beginning of the novel, these woods are described as dangerous, even though the majority of the people in the protectorate have never been in the woods. So I'm going to argue that the woods symbolize the danger of the unknown, of what we don't know or don't understand. The evidence I've chosen is from that first chapter. It's where that no-name, unknown mother is describing to her child about the story of the witch in the woods. And she describes the woods. She says, "Look at the woods, so dangerous. Poisonous smoke and sinkholes and boiling geysers and terrible dangers in every which way." And I chose this evidence because this woman has probably never been in the woods, right? She only believes that they're dangerous because her society, because the elders have told her that they're dangerous. And she's never, ever going to explore those woods because she believes what she's been told. So now I'm going to explain my thinking. And when I write my explanation, I'm going to really, really explain my thinking. I'm going to explain how I came to this conclusion, why I believe that the woods symbolize the danger of the unknown. I'm going to explain my evidence and how it shows or illustrates my claim. And I'm going to explain how the author is using this symbol, how Kelly Barnhill is using this symbol in the novel. So let's look at my explanation. So I'm going to start by explaining my thinking and how I came to this conclusion. In the first chapter, the unknown mother describes the woods surrounding the protectorate to her child. even though there's a good chance she has never been in the woods. She describes the woods as frightening, danger around every corner. So I'm just describing my evidence and why I think it represents or symbolizes this danger or this fear of the unknown. The danger of the unknown. She describes the woods as frightening, danger around every corner. The people of the protectorate believe this, not because they've experienced it, but because they believe what they've been told. Barnhill uses the woods to represent the fear of what we don't know or what we don't understand. This fear makes the people compliant and easy to manipulate. They'll never explore beyond the protectorate because they've believed the lies of the woods are dangerous. The elders use this fear of the unknown to control the people. It's a powerful weapon. So I'm taking this claim, the woods symbolize the danger or the fear of the unknown, and I'm making sure that I really explain my thinking. It is more important today that you take the time to really walk me through what you're thinking about the symbol you choose. To really walk me through either why you think the fog represents the idea that you choose, or to walk me through why you think the paper birds represent or symbolize the big idea that you choose to talk about. So here's your assignment. You're going to choose either this persistent fog or the paper birds. Step 1, I want you to develop a really crystal clear, strong claim. Step 2, you're going to select the best piece of evidence from chapter 18. And step 3, you're going to write 4 to 6 sentences of explanation. Okay, get started.